everyone, I'm Tabby Bell and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me Q&A, and this is the look we are going to be creating. It gets a little bit messy because I'm trying to do it quickly and not make this video too long for you guys, but it is going to be so much fun. I asked you guys Instagram, Twitter, Influencer, and Snapchat to send me questions to either my DMs, my comments, or my email, which I did drop down below. And I am so excited. We got some great questions. They're fun, they're awkward, they're cool, they're interesting. So stick around, do this makeup with me, and let's get right into the video. Bye. Okay, you guys, so I am going to start by prepping the face, and then once we get into it, I'll start reading off some of these awesome questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my face. I'm gonna start with this Glam Glow Glow Starter in Nude Glow, and I'm just gonna take some and apply it to the face. So once that is on your face and drying, then I'm going to use a primer. And I'm just going to use the NYX Born to Glow. The reason I'm going to use this is because the foundation I'm going to be using is very mattifying. And so I don't want to lose all of my glow. That's why I'm using a lot of glow. And I also don't want my skin to be super dry. So again, this is the NYX Born to Glow Illuminating Primer. They have a white one and they also have a darker one. So if you do have a darker complexion and want to try out a really good illuminating primer, I highly recommend this primer. It makes your skin like shine. Like I look like I just ran 5 miles right now. So I look like a dork. Okay. So now I am going to be using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. This one is a little bit pricey. I think it was around $54 or something like that. I actually bought this for myself on my birthday because I really wanted to try it. It's pretty good. I do like it. But I feel like it can be a little bit cakey at times. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for something that legit is just like real smooth, this might not be for you. You can just apply a little bit, but it can tend to be a little bit cakey. So I'm going to apply this to the face with a wet beauty blender. I have my pink beauty blender here, and we will start on these questions. All right, so it does have, this one has a little circle that you just dab it onto your face. And like I said, a little bit goes a long way with this foundation, so you don't need a ton. And I do like to apply it in like a little bit at a time. But okay, so the first question, and before I start, you guys, I want to say that I do not want to butcher these names, and there are a lot of names that I really don't know how to pronounce, but just bear with me if I do mispronounce your name. Obviously, I don't mean to. I apologize. So the first one is from Sina Christine. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name. What's your favorite place you've ever visited? So I haven't actually visited many places, but I would have to say my probably favorite place I visited is either Galveston, because I've been to Galveston because I live in Texas, or Padre. I went to South Padre Island with my aunt and my little cousin Rebecca for their birthday. Funny story, my aunt and her daughter were actually born on the same day, which I think is really cool. So like they celebrate their birthday together, which I don't know if I would want to share my birthday, but I think it's really cute that they always celebrate together, and that, you know, it's like a mother-daughter thing. So they were so awesome and took me with them to Padre when they visited, and it was really fun. We had so much fun. It's an island, and we went, we did, what is it called? Parasailing, and we went like, oh my god, we went so crazy high. The rope was 2,000 feet. It was insane. We had so much fun though. I had a blast. So I know this foundation is a little bit lighter than my skin tone and I look crazy, But so yeah, Padre's probably my favorite place that I visited, or Galveston. I love going to the beaches. I love being in warm weather and just having a blast and getting to play and just have a good time. And you know, that's just what I'm really into. Okay, so the reason I am not blending it under my eyes, and this is actually a tip that I'm going to throw in, if you do put concealer, if you put foundation and concealer under your eyes, it can tend to be really cakey, and then once you set it, it can look really dry and crepey. And that's not what I like. That might work for you if your skin isn't really like bad about doing that. So I kind of leave it blank right underneath my eyes and my eyelids. I'll show you why later, but that's so that I can add some concealer. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer. And I guess I'll go ahead and answer my mom's question because she asked about this. She said, what's the name of the concealer you use? So Mom, it is Tarte Tape Shape. That is my favorite. I also have another one I enjoy, which is the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced. I think I like Tarte a little bit more. These are both very full coverage concealers, so they cover very heavily, which can be good. But if you don't want a lot of makeup on your lower eye area and you don't want to be like, it's gonna cover everything. So just be prepared for that. Okay, so the next question is from Disha Rana. I hope I'm pronouncing that, darling, correctly. So Disha Rana asks, what is your guilty pleasure? You guys, I'm going to tell you what my guilty pleasure is, okay? But don't freaking judge me, okay? Don't come for me when I tell you this because it's going to make me sound like a freaking weirdo. But I don't think I've ever told anybody this except for like a couple people in my family. I'm just going to start blending this in. But my guilty pleasure is probably chocolate chip cookies by Pillsbury, and it has to be the 24 pack of the pre-made chocolate chip cookie dough. It cannot be the 12 because it tastes completely different to me. But I know what you're thinking. Oh, wow, cookies, right? Like, oh, that's so bad, Tabby, you're so bad. Listen, I have them every single night before I go to bed. Every single night I eat chocolate chip cookies. I put them in the oven, 350, 11 to 12 minutes. I put them in for like barely 11 because I like them to be perfect. I have it down. I usually eat about 6 or 7 of the little mini ones every single night. There is not one night. If I go in my fridge and I realize I'm out of chocolate chip cookie dough, I will go to Walmart at 12, 1, 2 in the morning and get cookies because I cannot sleep until I've had freaking Pillsbury cookies and milk. I can't do it. I literally will be a little baby until I get my cookies. So if you're gonna come for me, don't try me, okay? So that is my guilty pleasure. I have others, like Jersey Shore. I'm obsessed with watching Jersey Shore, and I don't know why I would call that a guilty pleasure, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to set my under eyes and around my nose and just places where I crease. I use a couple different powders. So for under my eyes, I use the Hourglass Veil powder, and I think it's so perfect. It's so pretty, but I won't put it all over my face because I think it's a little thick for all over the face, but I really, really like it. I'm going to use my Morphe M536 brush. It looks like this. I like it because I can get really close under those eyes, and my eyes immediately crease. I don't know why, but I literally have the worst eyes. Like, they crease immediately. So I have to constantly do that. So let me go ahead and set under my eyes real quick. Okay, so the next question is from Angela Mar L. What is your go-to drugstore item or items? Okay, so I have got some good ones for you, girlfriend. All right, so so a couple of drugstore items I like, and y'all know that already. I love Morphe so much, but even though Morphe is considered drugstore because of its price, you can't get it at CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, anything like that. So I don't know if it's technically a drugstore product. But I can show you a couple that I love. So this is probably my favorite that I've ever found. It's the Master Chrome Highlighter by Maybelline. And guys, this is freaking blinding. It is beautiful. When I walked in, I found this. I actually saw on Influencer that somebody did a review on it, and I freaking saw it and I bought it. So this is in the shade 100, and this is one of my favorite highlighters. I never knew that you could find a highlighter for that cheap that is that incredible. Oh my god, guys, it is amazing. So I am going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've run out of this one, but I found this little baby one that I got sent by a company. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use a regular brush. I got this from Ulta. I think it was supposed to be like a blush brush or something, but I love it for setting the face. So I'm just going to go in with this powder and set the rest of it down. Jelimar, I'm sorry, to finish your question, I love that highlighter. That is probably my favorite go-to item from the drugstore, but I do have a couple more. So for a powder, if you're looking for a really good powder that's not going to be $56, I recommend the Coty Air Spun powder. You can get this at Walmart, Walgreens, wherever for about $6 or $7. It comes with a ton of product and it's really, really great. I actually use it every day to bake and you'll see me use it. They have one that's extra coverage that's just the translucent. This one's in naturally neutral because I think it fits my face color better, but it's really, really awesome. Also, I love the Physicians Formula bronzers. I have this one. This one's the deep one. I use this one just for contour sometimes. They smell like coconut and lime. They are absolutely amazing. I highly recommend these. They have a light one, they have a medium one, but they literally blend so beautifully. They did it awesome with the formula. It also comes with a brush. I have a different brush in here. This is the brush I like to use for it, but it has a mirror on bottom, and it is just really, really cool. That the formula is absolutely beautiful. Another one I love is any primer by NYX. I really, really love. This one is one of my favorites. It's the Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. And this one is almost an exact dupe for the Smashbox Photo Finish. They are so freaking identical. If you cannot afford to spend $35 on a primer, go for this one. I think it's like 10 bucks and it is absolutely incredible. All right, and yeah, there's a lot of things I love. Another one is this Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid. That it's the same thing as this, except it's in a different color. This one's in 100 and this one. But yeah, I really love Maybelline. Maybelline has some awesome stuff. I really like Revlon's lipsticks. Revlon has an amazing lipstick formula that I've showed in my my favorite holiday lipsticks. But yeah, so those are some of my all-time favorite go-to products from the drugstore. All right, so the next thing, I have to do my eyebrows, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do those off camera just because I don't want to bore you to death with doing my eyebrows on camera, and there's gonna be a lot more to do, so I will be right back. Okay, so I just threw on some brows really, really super quickly, and now I am going to clean up underneath the brows using my Studio Finish Concealer, and then I'm gonna clean up underneath the brows and just bring it all the way down and set that and use that as a primer for my eyeshadow. Now I'm going to set this. I'm gonna use my Shade and Light palette, Shade Plus Light palette from Kat Von D. To set this, and I'm just going to use that same Morphe brush, the M536 brush, and my eyelids crease immediately. They're already creased, so I have to do that. I'm using the middle shade, the like banana yellow shade to set the lids. I love using this powder to set my concealer on my eyelid because it is so smooth and it makes the eyeshadow apply even better than it would with any other powder. So I love this banana shade. So there is that. So next question is going to be, I cannot apply false lashes to save my life no matter how many times I try it, and it always turns out horrible. How can I get past this? Listen, I went through the exact same thing that you are going through. It is really hard to apply false lashes. I recommend practicing. I still can't do it correctly, but that's because I don't do it regularly. I recommend finding a good pair of lashes and trying. What I would do is try every night before I'm going to take my makeup off. That way, when I do take my makeup off, I don't have to live with it all day. But if you do it every night for about 5 nights, you will start to get the hang of it like that. I also recommend that you don't buy lashes that are too thick, because if you're going to buy lashes that are too thick, it's going to be harder to place. Also, you don't want a clear band when you're learning to put on lashes, because working with a clear band is like, oh my God, it's like throwing yourself in a tornado. You are going to hate it. So get something with a solid black band. That way you can see exactly how it needs to be placed, how it's going to be evenly placed, and it's going to help you with the sizing. Also, don't forget you can cut them down. So I recommend putting them on tweezers, placing them near your eye, and then working from there, cutting off what you don't need, etc., etc. Also, I recommend using a white glue, not a black glue, because if you use a dark glue, you are going to get glue marks all over you. You're going to get frustrated and you're going to give up immediately. So don't use dark glue until you are really comfortable putting on false lashes. It just helps. Okay, so I'm going to be using my favorite person in the whole world's palette today, which is Jaclyn Hill. I love this palette. I recently got this palette and it is beautiful. So we are going to start some eyeshadow. So I am going to start by putting on a transition shade. I'm going to start in this area below the brow and above the lid. So this middle part right here is called the transition area. So I am going to start with this color here. This is my favorite transition shade I've ever had, and that one is called Silk Cream. And I'm going to be using a Morphe M518. It's a big fluffy brush to start out. So I tap the excess, and then apply into my transition shade, and I am going to really work that in there. Okay, so this one is from Tirza Backs. It says, many young makeup artists are fantastic. So this one is from my aunt. Fantastic at making women their age look amazing. What products or skincare would you recommend for your grandma, mom, or aunties to help them look their best? Okay, so Tirza, I recommend, you have to remember that there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup at an older age, and you're not old at all. But you have to remember there is a difference between mature skin and younger skin. Younger skin is less prone to flaws. I mean, more prone to acne, but it's less prone to flaws. We haven't developed our wrinkles yet or our age spots or anything like that. So the first steps I recommend are just taking super good care of your skin. It's easy to get wrinkles if you aren't moisturizing the skin. You need to, moisturize the skin as much as possible. I recommend just deep moisturizers. I love my Clinique Moisture Surge. There's also one they have that is it's like a clear gel type consistency that's really awesome. I highly recommend that one. Neutrogena has some awesome deep moisturizing creams. I just recommend deeply moisturizing your face at night when you take your makeup off, and in the morning before you put makeup on, about 15 minutes before. Also, if you ever are going into the sun and you aren't going to wear makeup, always put on an SPF. Don't wear an SPF if you are going to put on makeup, because it is going to leave a white cast underneath your skin. But if you are going out into the sun and you're not going to be wearing makeup, make sure you always have an SPF on. The sun is the most damaging thing towards the skin. It causes unnecessary wrinkles, unnecessary damage, unnecessary age spots. It just ages your skin like crazy. crazy. And it sucks because we love to be in the sun. We love a full day in the sun moment, but it also will damage your skin. So I really recommend just protecting your skin. You would be amazed at how much better you can make. Even starting right now, you can change your skin's life just by starting now. So I really recommend that. And then I would also recommend maybe not going for full cake. So don't use really thick foundations. If you want to, obviously you can, but if you want to look your best, I recommend really using lighter foundations, maybe a BB cream or a CC cream or something like that. And just trying to, you know, accentuate your natural beauty. When you pack on a lot of powders and stuff, it will sit in your wrinkles and your lines, and it just doesn't look as good as it could. But there are plenty of products. I'd be happy to make some more recommendations to you, but that's just a few tips I have for more mature skin. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is I like to really layer. So we are going to take the next color, which is MFEO. And I am just going to place that right but a little bit lower than Silk Cream just to build up. Oh, and this one is the M505. Sorry. And after I blend that in, I'm going to go back in with the first brush I used, the M518. Take a little more product, just a tiny dip, and I'm going to just work up on top and work on blending those two together. Okay, so next question. This one is from Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Could you please do a neutral eyeshadow tutorial? P.S. You are gorgeous. Thank you, Vanessa. You are so gorgeous, and your babies are so beautiful. I love seeing pictures of your babies. Yes, I would be so happy to do a neutral eye tutorial. I actually did try and film a neutral eye tutorial, and my camera kept shutting off, and the lighting was so bad. It was raining, so I never posted it, and I feel bad for not doing that, but I absolutely will do that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little brush. It's just a round blending brush by Sonia Kashuk. I really love her brushes. I'm going to go into this color here, which is Creamsicle Butter. Which one is this? That's Pukey. So this one is Pooter. Sorry, it's a little hard to read backwards on the thing and figure out what it is. So we are going to take this deeper into our crease right here. And I'm just going to work that on the outer and work it in just a little tiny bit. Okay, so let's get another question going. This one's from my mom. What is the name of the concealer you use? Oops, we already answered that. Sorry, Mom. Okay, let's do... Oh, Kelsey, I have never used foundation. I want one that is natural and easy. What do you recommend? Hi, Kelsey. Thank you for your question, sweetie. I recommend using, if you're looking for something light and natural, which is exactly what you just said, I do have a couple recommendations. So I would recommend, instead of using a full foundation, maybe try a BB or CC cream. They are very light and natural. It's more like a moisturizer that is tinted instead of going with a full foundation. But if you are wanting to use a full foundation, I recommend okay, so right now Benefit just came out with a new foundation. It's called, oh gosh, what is that called? Hello Happy. That's what it's called. Hello Happy. And it is $10 online right now for the mini size. And it is a very natural, light, beautiful foundation. You're not going to get like cakey or anything like that. But it is really, really pretty and awesome. And I really recommend that one if you're looking for a really nice, light, natural foundation. You can buy that mini size for $10 and figure out if you like it or not, because you might not even like that. I feel like I should have wiped off my, I feel like this one has a different shade to it. Am I true? Okay, my video just completely stopped recording. Anyway, but that one is a really light, natural, and beautiful shade foundation, and I really think that that is a really good option for someone who is not used to using crazy foundations and isn't wanting full coverage. Also, if you're looking for something like that you can repurchase and not spend a lot of money on, NYX Total Control is really, really awesome. It's really affordable and it is beautiful. So if you add like 1 pump, you're gonna get a really light coverage. If you add 2 pumps, you're gonna get medium. You know, you can build it all the way up to full, and I think that's really great for beginners because then you can start somewhere, you know, and you can slowly build up using the same foundation. Maybe one day you want to try full coverage foundation, and there it is right there for you, you know, in the foundation you already own, without using and going and buying a completely different foundation. So I think those two would be really awesome for you. So yeah, check those out and let me know what you think. Okay, so let's get another question going. Valerie K, what do you use to do your hair? Let's take this little brush, which is a Sonia Kashuk small eyeshadow brush. And we are gonna go into the color, let's go into this color here. I just broke that with my nail. This is the color Roxanne. Okay, so what do I use to do my hair? And I'm gonna just apply it to the bottom and the crease. So my mom actually does my hair, and she is absolutely fabulous at it. We fight every single time she does my hair. We fight because it's just a really long process. But we use the Blonde Brilliance. We go to Sally's and we get 2 of the Blonde Brilliance packets, which is just the bleach packets. And then we use the Wella toner. I think we use T10, and that we use that afterward to get the color corrected, because if you don't, you'll realize really quickly if you do not use any toner that you will have yellow hair. So you can see that the outer corners of my eye are starting to get that nice red tinge to them, and that's what I really wanted today, was a nice red tinge. And I'm gonna work it over slightly. What is your favorite comfort food restaurant? Well, if you're saying restaurant, I guess we're not meaning fast food, huh? Okay, so if I could pick anything, like any restaurant, I'm gonna go into the color Jack's, which is a really, really red color. And she actually meant this to be like Apple Jacks. I don't know if you know that, but she didn't want to get in trouble. So if I could pick anything, it would probably be Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is very, like, I don't know, just comforting to me. Their avocado lime ranch is life. If you have never tried Chick-fil-A's avocado lime ranch, you are missing out. Are you even living? No, you are not even living. It is amazing and it is delish. I love their chicken sandwiches. Now, if we're talking restaurant, then probably Red Hot and Blue. It's the best barbecue restaurant ever. Me and my Mimi always go there. I love their catfish, and they have great barbecue. So I'm going to take this Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to tap it just upward like that. And this will help us clean up and get a nice, fierce, fresh line on that eyeshadow. And it will just help clean everything up and make everything really pretty as we finish up here. Okay, so I'm gonna go and just blend out the top a little bit and just keep getting everything really pretty. Okie dokie. So let's keep going. So Lindsay M asks, who do you think is the funniest YouTuber? And that is a very easy question for me to answer. Tana Mojo. I freaking love Tana Mojo. Whenever I'm in a bad mood or a sad mood, I literally sit and watch Tana Mojo, and my life is like better. She heals me mentally and physically. She is just so funny and so just creative and awesome, and I absolutely adore her. And like, I want to meet her so bad one day. Like, that is like one of my goals, is to meet Tana Mojo. I think she is just awesome. So Tana, I doubt you will ever freaking see this video. But if you ever do, for some reason, girl, you are hilarious. I love your story times. I love everything about you. You are funny. You're real. I guess if you guys really pay attention to like the YouTubers that I say I like and stuff, you'll notice I go for real people like Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star, Tana Mojo. Like, I really like people that are unapologetically themselves and just don't really care what you think. They're gonna do them, and I think that's really what I look for in a YouTuber. Like, I want you to be you and do you, and that's all that matters to me. That's what I want to look up to. I'm going to use this Ulta brush, and I'm going to add this Color Queen to the inside of my corners. Oh, that is bomb. We're gonna work that in. I swear, you guys, I am much better at eyeshadow than what is being projected right now. I am just, like I said, trying to rush through this, and I shouldn't rush through this. It just takes me so long to get ready every day. And then I will add the rest. I'll smoke out the lower lash line and everything like that later. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to contouring, get that going. So I'm gonna start bronzing. One of my all-time favorite brushes for bronzing, and it is an F13. Okie dokie. So I'm going to go in my Shade and Light palette, and I am going to use this middle shade here, and this is in Shadow Play. This is what I like to use to bronze. And I just work it onto my cheeks, and it is so pretty. Next question, Trina Walsh. What is your favorite alcohol? Okay, so I don't drink alcohol anymore, like, ever. I used to be a little drinker. I'll tell you why I don't drink anymore. I don't drink anymore because, well, there's a few reasons, but I honestly don't like the way it feels. I honestly don't like the way it makes me like act, or like, I just don't feel like I'm myself, and I just don't feel like it's appropriate for me to drink. I just feel like I am not tabby when I'm drinking and stuff like that. And so I really try not to drink. What is going on right now? I really try not to drink. But I'm not going to act like I never have drank. I'm not going to act like that I haven't, you know, had my share of bad times. I mean, I have, and I have definitely drank before. But if I was going to drink, it would probably be tequila. And there's your answer to why I don't drink. It's because, because I drink tequila, and then I am a psychopath when I drink tequila. I'm just kidding. But no, it just, tequila is really like my thing. Like, whenever I would go out and like have a drink with somebody, I would always get tequila. Or if I would go out and like just sit at a bar and like chill for a little bit, I would drink tequila. And I don't know, I would always get a margarita or like a shot of tequila. Like, that was just my thing. Tequila was, ugh. I've had some really bad memories with tequila. I have some really crazy stories because of tequila, but you know what? I've become a different person now, and it's just not my thing anymore. Let's just say that. It's just not my thing. So I'm going to go ahead, and I always bronze my chin as well, or my jawline as well. I do contour a little bit on the jawline, but I like to bronze too. We're going to contour now, and then I will blend all of this out, and you will see how it all comes together. So I'm going to dip into this color, which is the first one. It's called Subconscious, yeah. So the next question is from Corey James, and he says, how many tattoos do you have? Okay, Corey, so I have 4 tattoos, and I just start at my top of my ear, and I go to the corner of my eye, like that. That's all I do when I contour. It looks so much darker in this lighting because I have so many lights up right now. Okay, I have 4 tattoos. So my first tattoo was this Star of David right here. On my 18th birthday, my mom took me to a tattoo shop. She didn't tell me where she was going. She just took me to a tattoo shop, and she was like, you're 18, you have to get a tattoo, da 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 da. And I'm like, Mom, I really don't want a tattoo. I really did not want a tattoo, but she kind of not peer pressured me, but was just kind of like, just do it. So yeah, peer pressure. Yeah, and dumb Tabby was like, oh yeah, Mom, I'm cool. I can get a tattoo, and da 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 da. And so I did. But I didn't want to get something I was going to regret, because I see so many people say, don't get something you're going to regret. So I got the Star of David. I'm going to go ahead and contour down my nose a little bit. My second tattoo, I don't want to talk about it. It's on my finger here. I don't want to talk about it, nor will I ever talk about it. Just, you know, when you're young, you do stupid things, and you fall in love, and then you think that it's going to last forever. And then they turn out to be total dumbasses. Excuse my language. I really try never to cuss on this channel. And if a mom is watching and is like, I'm never letting you watch this girl again, I apologize, because I really don't like to cuss on my channel, and I really try not to. But let's be honest, Tabby was a little dumb, and it didn't turn out the way I thought, guys. Surprise, surprise. So, yeah, just don't get tattoos of guys' names. I actually have 2, but the second one is my husband's name, wrong hand, and it says Derek down my arm, and that is my husband. And yeah, okay, so I'm blending that contour in with the bronzer, getting all of that done. I have my nose contoured a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to take some Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to drag it below the contour. And this will help us create a really nice line, and it will look really sharp and cool. It just gives that awesome effect of having a nice cut contour. I'm going to add a little bit up there just because it's too dark up there for me, and it's too high. There we go. That's so much better. See? So much better. Okay, let's finish up. Gabby Decolis. What state do you want to live in, and what state do you live in? I live in Texas. Do I want to live here? Not necessarily. I would love to live in New York. I think New York is where my heart truly belongs. I've always thought that I belonged in New York. I bet my family will say otherwise, but I've always wanted to live in New York. I think it is absolutely amazing there. I love the fast-paced environment. That's just where I'm meant to be. I live in Texas, but also I think I would like Florida. And I don't know if I'm just saying that because that's where Jaclyn Hill lives. At least I'm honest, right? But I really think I would love Florida a lot. And yeah, I don't know. So I guess either New York or Florida is where I would want to live if I got to choose, which I don't, because yeah, I just don't get to choose that. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so I have my eyeshadow all blended interestingly. Okay, so we got that all done. Now I'm going to smoke out the bottom lash line. I'm going to pop in with this brush right here, which is the Morphe M321. It's a little ball brush. And I'm going to pop in some inner corner highlight and with the color Beam. I love this little color Beam, and it's so pretty. I'm gonna throw some inner corner highlight in there. Open those eyes up a little bit. And we'll work it in to the other glitter. I love to work it in so that it all makes sense. And then we'll throw just a tiny bit under the brow bone, just to highlight that brow bone. Okay, and the last question is another anonymous question. This is the last one I'm going to answer. I'm so sorry if I did not get to your question. There were so many of them, and I just wanted to do this. I've never done a Q&A get ready with me, so it is a little bit hard to do. The last question is, what are your three all-time favorite brands? I'm gonna, I guess let's do one drugstore, one medium, and then one high end. So my favorite drugstore or drugstore priced brand is Morphe, obviously. My favorite medium brand is probably Tarte. That's what I use the most of. And then my favorite big one is probably Dior. Okay, so I'm gonna throw in some Anastasia Beverly Hills blush. I'm going to go in with the color Cash. This is one of their blush trios. So I just apply it right here to the top of my contour. Some people like to do it on the apples of their cheeks. If I do it on the apples of my cheeks, I just look like I have even chubbier cheeks than I already do. I'm going to dust off this powder that we have down below with that first Morphe brush we used for setting our eyes. I'm going to dust off all the extra powder. And I'm going to set my face today with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. I ran out of my Morphe spray, but this one is really awesome too. That one just doesn't give me the same vibes, but it's pretty good. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. I am so stupid. Okay. Once that is all dry, we're going to do some highlighter. I'm going to use my Becca Champagne Pop. Shout out to you, Jacqueline. This is her favorite. I use this for you, Jacqueline. I do. I only bought this because Jacqueline loves it. So I'm just going to apply it right here on the top of my cheek. And my nose, gotta have my nose nice and highlighted. I love a blinding highlight. We love a blinding highlight moment. I just pounce it around on the forehead just a little bit on my chin. Okay, that is so beautiful. So real quick, guys, I am going to go throw on some mascara, a lip, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is our finished look, and I am going to do one last question just for the heck of it, and it was, have you ever been told you look like Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones? And I have. I've been told that so many times. I don't think I really do anymore because my hair is a little bit more yellow tinted than white, and I don't do my eyebrows as thick anymore, but I used to be told every single day that I looked like Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. But thank you guys so much for watching. I had such a fun time doing this. I'm sorry that it's such a long video, and I'm so sorry that I didn't get to as many questions as I wanted to get to. This was really, really difficult. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you all so, so much. Please leave any requests you have down below. If you haven't joined the Tabby team yet, I would absolutely love to have you here. Our family would love to have you here. You can follow me on all social media at Tabby Bell Beauty, all one word, and I will see you in the next video, which is going to be really cool. It's going to be a story time on the horrible, disgusting, just traumatic, awful car accident I was in, and my husband was in it with me. So I would love for you to join us on that. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Bye.